One of the big leaps of logic in the film is how quickly Martha throws in with Jim, given that the guy is suspected of killing her husband. Now, that would be especially bothersome if the film had been made with the actor first considered for the role, Lawrence Tierney. Can you imagine? But back in 1949, there was absolutely no point in trying to draw out suspicion between these characters because virtually everybody who went to see the Clay Pigeon knew that its stars, Bill Williams and Barbara Hale, were in reality husband and wife. They both got their start as contract players at RKO during the 1940s. Now, Hale admitted to having a crush on her stablemate from the start, and when she was co-starring with Robert Mitchum in the 1945 B-Western West of the Pecos, she begged the director, Ed Killey, to write a part into the script for Williams. And the director obliged by sticking in a scene for the actor at the start of production and another one at the end, thereby keeping Williams on the Lone Pine location for the duration of the shoot, making his leading lady very happy. Now, despite that, she claimed it took 2 years of pursuit before Williams agreed to tie the knot. Speaking of which, did you notice the knot tying in today's movie? It seemed to me that Martha didn't mind it all that much. She was definitely fit to be tied. Just when it seems like this movie is on the verge of descending to racist caricature right out of a 1942 propaganda film, Carl Foreman inserts the scene with actress Mariah Marco, playing a Japanese war widow who helps Fletcher escape his pursuers.
Why did you help me?
You said you were in trouble. I believed you.
This scene contains, as far as I know, the first reference ever in a movie to the service of the 442nd Regiment Combat Team, a highly decorated Army infantry unit comprised primarily of Japanese Americans, which fought gallantly in France, Italy, and Germany. Now, to a modern viewer, this scene probably plays like some kind of apology, or a necessary counterbalance, given that Japanese actor Richard Liu plays a sadistic, one-dimensional villain. But trust me on this, Carl Foreman was under no instructions to include this scene. There was no political correctness in RKO's B unit in 1949, not after Dory Sherry left to work at MGM. This was an indication instead of Foreman's own personal progressive outlook. After the Clay Pigeon, Foreman would go on an extraordinary 3-year run, writing the critical and popular successes Champion, Home of the Brave, The Men, Cyrano de Bergerac, Young Man with a Horn, and then his classic High Noon, after which he was blacklisted for his refusal to give up colleagues to the House Committee on Un-American Activities. Of course, Foreman would persevere, going on to write The Bridge on the River Kwai, along with fellow blacklistee Michael Wilson, for which they'd win an Oscar. And in England, he'd write and produce the 1961 classic, The Guns of Navarone. The character of Fletcher's buddy, Ted Niles, was played by Richard Quine, who's had a film on Noir Alley before, Pushover. But on that one, he was behind the camera, not in front of it. Quine spent the first half of his career as an actor, mostly in comedies. But not long after making The Clay Pigeon, he steered his career towards writing and directing, eventually ending up on that Hollywood A-list himself, with films like My Sister Eileen, Bell, Book and Candle, and The World of Susie Wong. Now, I've discussed the tragic aspects of Quine's life and career before, so I won't dwell on it again. But that's why we have a Noir Alley section on the TCM website. If you're curious about Quine's life, check out the clips from Pushover in the Noir Alley video archive. And of course, always keep up with us and discuss the films on our Facebook page and Twitter feed. Now, next week, we will be as far from the B units as you can get. I'll be presenting a film made by arguably the greatest director in Hollywood history, starring a woman considered by many to be the medium's finest actress. Be here when Noir Alley presents Bette Davis in William Wyler's The Letter from 1940. I'm sure there will be some lively debate before and after about whether it's truly noir or not. Either way, it's a fantastic film. And until then, see you in the shadows.